Welcome, everyone, to the Better Love Movement podcast, where you will finally learn how to intentionally do dating and relationships right. My name is Anita Stoudemire, and I'm a licensed professional therapist and your personal love mentor. I've worked with thousands of singles and couples, giving them the skills needed to attract and keep the amazing love they desire. It's my heart's work to help people to get the skills needed to not only become the very best versions of themselves, but to help them grow and evolve emotionally and relationally. You can absolutely have the romantic relationship of your dreams. Come and let me show you how. Hey everybody, it's Anita with Better Love Movement, and I am back again this week with a brand new podcast episode. I am I'm on fire for this episode this week because I have talked about this. I am continuing to get pushback from the men on this subject, and it's a shame that I have to continue to talk about this, but it is what it is. So I am back again this week with episode number 125, and this week's episode is entitled, "Is he actively interested in you or receptively interested?" What is the difference between a man who is actively interested in us or receptively interested in us? Okay, let's unpack this. So I have expressed to you all a situation that I was in with a gentleman that I had went out with twice, and right off the bat, he continued to make it known to me that he wanted me to call him, to text him, that was the only way he was going to know that I was interested in him. And so literally straight out the gate, he made it very clear that he was not going to be in the role of the masculine, that he wanted to be pursued, that he wanted me to initiate. And being a feminine energy woman, that is not and will ever be something that I'm comfortable doing to a man, with a man that I am romantically interested in. I want to stay on my side of the fence, and I like to start as I mean to go, right? So I'm starting as I mean to end up. And when a lot of women, and I've seen this happen over and over and over, it happened to me quite a bit in my 20s, where you start off calling a man, texting a man, you're the one to speak first. You go up to him, you're overtly flirtatious with him, and pressuring, and just at every turn, you keep coming back, you keep being overtly flirting with him. And you basically are letting the man know that, hey, I'm going to put the relationship on my back. I'm going to carry the relationship moving forward. And that's what he's going to allow you to do. He's going to be receptively interested. So he's going to take whatever it is you're giving him. And ladies, can I be honest? A lot of us are giving a man a lot. You're giving him your time, your energy, your money, your body, your home, your car. You're giving him everything. And what I find so interesting, so here's the pushback I get. I get pushback from women who say, well, if these men don't want us, why do they accept these things? Why do they continue to date us? Or why do they continue to see us? Or why do they take our calls? Why do they come over? Why do they eat our food? Why do they take our sex? Because he's a man. He's a man. That's what they do. A man is wired to accept whatever you're going to give him because he's a man. He's wired to get as much as he can for as little effort. Okay? That's how he's wired. And here's what's so interesting. He knows deep down, like if he's a good man, like he kind of knows deep down that he's wrong, that he shouldn't be doing this. But that hedonistic part of himself is going to keep doing it. And here's the thing, ladies, we can't, if we respond in that manner, when we respond in that manner, we continue to make it about him. And it's not about him. It's about us. It's about what we're going to allow, what we're going to keep giving and doing. So you all want to keep making it about him when it's about you. Okay? And for the men, as I stated, who are saying, well, you're teaching women not to call and not to text, and you're going to keep them single. And, if she don't call me, if she don't text me, then, oh, well, she's going to lose out, this and that and the third. She is losing out on a man who is not a leader. She's losing out on a man who's in his feminine. She's losing out on a man who doesn't know how to initiate or be proactive. So I don't consider that much of a loss. That's not even something I want. I'm not interested in a man who cannot lead. So, yeah. But I'm going to read to you some information from Dr. John Gray. And he is, the greatest of all time. He's the greatest dating and relationship expert, in my opinion. I have like 5 or 6 people that they can do no wrong in my book. Dr. John Gray is one of them. And he talks about this quite a bit. He was one of the first, this goes back 25, 30 years. He was one of the first to talk about masculine and feminine energy. Dr. Patricia Allen, again, 84 years old. She was one of the first to write about and talk about masculine and feminine energy. They've been doing this for 30 years. You all are just finding out about it. But they've been talking about this forever. They've been helping couples with this forever. So this is what Dr. John Gray talks about. So he believes that a man who is truly interested in you is going to be actively interested. That means that he initiates. He's proactive with you. He sees you. Remember, what a man sees through his eyes and how he feels about what he sees. That's what he's going to pursue. That's what's going to say to him, oh, wow, this is so different, so unique, so something about this I have to initiate. Like that alone will cause him to initiate with you. And so when a man is actively interested in you and you are receptively interested, so that's how that's supposed to work. He's actively interested, you're receptively interested. His interest will grow when he's actively interested. And as long as you are receptive to his pursuit, as long as what have I said forever? I tell men this all the time. How you know I'm interested is that I'm responding. I'm talking to you. I'm texting back. I'm saying yes to your date. I'm smiling. I'm laughing at your jokes. That's how you know that I'm interested. But a man who is wounded or who is on the side of the feminine, he wants you to play the masculine role. He needs you to pursue him or to be actively interested in him for him to know that you're interested in him. And I'm never going to do that. That's never going to happen. I am going to reciprocate. I'm going to respond. That's my role as the feminine. John Gray also says that if a woman pursues a man with active interest, she will flip that script. She will make him receptively interested. And although he likes receiving her interest, her warmth, and affection, it does not make him more interested in her. It is his active interest in her and her receptive interest in him that will bring out the best in a man. If he's only receptively interested in you, then he becomes interested in someone else who promises to bring out the best in him. Oh boy. So that means, what have we been saying forever? So you're pursuing him. He's receptively interested until the woman he really wants, the woman he's actively interested in, comes along. That's why we're not doing that. Because guess what, ladies? I want you to be the woman that the man is actively interested in, not the other way around. I want you to be the dream girl. Okay? So it's a woman's receptive interest in a man that generates his active interest in her. So you're going to be receptive. Okay, so this is what he explains as far as active interest. Active interest has a goal in mind. And don't most men have a goal in mind? Let's be honest. Most men have a goal of, spending time, getting to know, having sex. That's the goal in mind, right? What's the woman? So if the woman is actively interested, what's her goal in mind? And God forbid if you're thinking, oh, her goal in mind is the same thing. She's clearly in her masculine. Okay, it also says active interest comes from a place of desire and confidence. And active interest wants to serve. So ladies, when you're in the position of being actively interested or actively pursuing, you are on the side of the masculine. And so, you're serving. You're the one who has the goal in mind. He says, meanwhile, receptive interest considers the value of what's being offered. That is a feminine quality. We focus on, how I feel about this man and what he's telling me and what he's doing in terms of what he's telling me. It comes from a place of preference and worthiness. Ooh, I like that. So when I am the receptive interest person, I'm determining, like, okay, I know I'm worthy. I know I'm deserving. And is this something that, is worthy of me? Right? And receptive interest wants to be served. Please don't forget that. Because when the man is receptively interested, he wants to be served. And that's a no-no. So if you want to keep a man's interest active, you have to stay proactively receptive. So that means you are going to be excited to hear from him when he calls. You are going to respond to his texts in a timely manner. You are going to return his call if he calls and you're not available. You're going to leave a message. You're going to text him, and communicate with him. You're going to smile. You're going to be appreciative of whatever he gives and does for you. That's how a man knows you're interested, is that he can make you happy. That's it. Ladies, that's all you have to do. You do not have to go above and beyond with these men. You do not have to race after them and call them and text them and, try. You don't have to try. You have to be. And you are going to respond to his efforts if you are interested. If you are not, then you're not going to respond, or you're going to very directly say, thank you so much for your interest in me. However, I don't have the chemicals necessary, or I am not, in a place where I can respond, or I'm attracted to, or we're not a good fit for each other. That's it. But honestly, a man should know within the first few weeks if a woman is interested. So I would say in the first 2 weeks. But how does a woman know a man wants her? And I keep seeing this over and over. Women asking this question, posting this question, because he's actively pursuing you. He is actively interested. And ladies, I don't want to talk about this again. If that man is not actively interested in you, if he is not calling you, texting you, planning dates, taking you out, making plans for you, come on. That's your answer. He is receptively interested, which means that as long as you keep it alive, it'll stay alive. Let it die. Let it die. Fall off the face of the earth. I've always told women this. My standard, that is, if a man is hot and cold or he goes cold, you leave him clean alone. Clean alone. I fall off the face of the earth because I am not interested in anything less than a man who is actively pursuing me. I'm not. Okay, so this was some of the tips that they gave, and I'm going to share them with you. Some of them I'm not so sure about because, like I said, I'm a big believer in you just leave a man clean alone. Um, don't pursue, allow him to pursue you. Don't ask too many questions on dates. Instead, share more about yourself. Make sure you share what you like to do rather than always doing what he wants to do. Check all your tendencies to be a people pleaser. Allow him to please you. I 100% agree with that. Because again, he should be actively pursuing and you should be receptively, interested. They put in here a couple of texts that you could send if the man's pursuit has kind of waned. And this is the part where, I want you to take it or leave it. But I don't, once a man's interest has waned, once a man's interest has dropped off, I'm kind of done. I'm done until he picks back up. I don't send any texts, but they have 3 texts here. The first text is called a for your information text, where you basically just send him a text sharing information. So you would say something like, oh, I went out to eat at Cooper's Hawk today and I had this amazing, red wine. It was so good. Like you're just going to share something that happened in your world. That's it. No question, no pressure for him to respond. You're just going to send some information about your day. And that hopefully that text would kind of put you on his mind. So, I mean, I vote, like I said, for nothing, but okay. And the second text is asking him a specific question about a topic that maybe you all had talked about, or you can request advice. Again, I definitely encourage women to use this one, but only with a man you're in relationship with, you're exclusive with, you're committed with, not a man that you're just starting to get to know or you're just starting to date and his interest is kind of waning. Like I said, my number one advice is when their interest starts waning, I lean back. I leave them alone. I lean back into my life. And if I'm not exclusive with him, I date other men. That's my response. I do not, attempt to get him going again. Either he wants me or he doesn't. And then the third text they gave was an RSVP text. So an invitation to hang out. This is definitely a no-no. I don't send any invitations to hang out. They had put in here about some new movie coming out and, oh, I really want to see it. Do you want to go with me? But again, this is their advice, not mine. I don't encourage women to continue to engage with men who are not actively interested. Okay? So masculine qualities he put in here: interest, consideration, and selflessness. So making sure that he is just actively pursuing or actively interested, leaning back, allowing him space and time to reach out, and there's like a little dance that will happen. So for me, sometimes I'm dating a man and 2 or 3 days will go by. Now, these are new men that I'm dating, but 2 or 3 days will go by. I won't hear anything. I don't reach out. And then they will pop up. They will pop up. They will send a text. They will call. They'll want to FaceTime. And I am gracious. That's the other thing I would say is you're going to be gracious. You're going to sound happy to hear from them. Oh, how are you? How have you been doing? You're not going to sound accusatory. Oh, why haven't you called me in 3 days? Please don't do that. You're not going to have a little attitude. You're not going to sound angry or bitter. You're going to, sound surprised. You're going to sound curious or interested or, oh, hi, how are you? How have things been going? And you'll share a little bit of what's going on in your world. But feminine side qualities, what are the feminine side qualities in this dance of pursuit? Expressing healthy emotion, being appreciative, and being happy. He says the key word here when it comes to your feminine side is feeling. Okay? So Two things happen when you lean into your feminine side. You bring forth more masculine qualities from him that create strong attraction. And the second part, your estrogen levels rise and you begin to feel your need for a partner. So Dr. John Gray's research has been all around hormones and how that affects this dance that we do, and whether you're in your masculine energy and your feminine energy. So he talks about allowing your estrogen to rise is important because in order to fall in love, your estrogen levels need to become 20 times higher than a man's. You need to double your estrogen levels from 10 times to more than 20 times in order to fall in love. And what's so interesting about his data, his research, is that more and more women that I'm engaging with in the social media space, they have talked to me exhaustively about not believing in love, not being able to fall in love, not knowing what love is. And that's how I know they're very much on their more masculine side. Their estrogen levels are low because they don't even believe in love. This role reversal, it has done a doozy on us. It really, really has. And so we have got to get hormonally imbalanced. We've got to get in our feminine, ladies, and we have to stay there. And here's what I always tell you. You are going to attract initially all types of men. All types of men. You're going to attract wounded masculine men, feminine energy men. You're going to attract men who have it going on, don't have it going on. You're going to attract all types of men. Men that you're like, did he read my profile? Why is this guy trying to talk to me? It has nothing to do with you. So first of all, I want you to stop saying that. Stop saying all these men that are reaching out to me on the dating app and they are totally not my type, or they are totally not what I'm looking for. Did they even read my profile? So the short answer is no, they didn't. Men don't read your profile. The second answer is they liked what they saw. Like, that's it. They liked what they saw. Consider it a compliment that they enjoyed what their eyes saw. You are the gatekeeper. It's up to you to vet. It's up to you to sift. It's up to you to sort. But please, I want you to release your need to feel offended. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this guy right here reached out to me. Okay, you fine. You beautiful. You got it going on. Of course he reached out to you. But no, he did not read your profile. And, he just said, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. There's probably a strong chance that I won't, she won't write back, but I got to give it a shot. That's it. That's all I want you to think about it. Whatever you presented to his eyes was pleasing and he went for it. But that says nothing about you. You don't need to be offended about that. You're the gatekeeper and you are to sift and sort. And in that process, can I be honest with you? You need to work on one of the three main tenets of feminine, and that is patience. You must be patient. And it's the same with this idea of, trying to pursue a man. You must be patient. You must flirt. You must give eye contact. You must smile. You must, position yourself, walk past, drop something. I mean, take it all the way back to 1920, but do not boldly walk over to that man or send that text or fall in that DM. No. And let me tell you what I consider online flirting. Online flirting is loving posts, so hearting posts, commenting on posts, and not any like directly overtly, comments. Ooh, you so fine. I wish you would. Not that. But, oh, that meal looks really great. And maybe you can put a question. You can put a question in your comment to see if you can get some interaction. Oh, wow, I see you're at the beach. What beach are you at? Okay, I consider that positioning online. Is leaving comments, hearting posts. Yeah, that's it. Okay, and he will pretty much see that will come up in his that lets you know that people have commented on your post or people have liked your post. That will come up. And here's the thing, ladies, if he's, even slightly interested, he will click on your profile pic, he will click on it, and he may scroll through your profile. So here's the other thing I would tell you for online, especially if you're talking about social media, have a picture of yourself. Not your cat, not your dog, not something else, not the Better Love Movement, not the Black Lives Matter fist. Have a picture of yourself in that little circle. Because that's what he's going to try to look at your picture through that circle, and then he's going to, click it to see what else comes up. But have a picture of yourself in that circle, a nice picture. And if you're continuing to leave comments and you're loving the post, hearting the post, you're asking questions in the comments, one, maybe you need to be patient. Or two, let's go here. Maybe he's not interested. Maybe he's not interested. Maybe he's seeing someone already. Maybe he's engaged. Maybe he's married. Maybe he's gay. It could be 1,000 reasons why, he's not actively pursuing. And again, you don't have to feel bad about any of that. I mean, we are all amazing, but we're not for everybody. And we got to accept that. Our egos have to accept that. We're not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. And that's okay. Everybody is not going to think I'm amazing or I'm beautiful or whatever. But that's okay. That doesn't make me feel like any kind of way. And it shouldn't make you feel any kind of way. Okay? So be patient. If after positioning, after, that man knows you're there, that man has seen you, maybe you work with him and he's looked you dead in your eyes, and you've smiled and you've given him 3 seconds of eye contact, but if he makes no move whatsoever, there you go. That does not mean try harder. That does not mean for you to shoot your shot at him or leave him a note by the copier or email him or anything else. That means for whatever reason that has nothing to do with you, he may not be interested. And the last I checked, that's his God-given right. It's his God-given right not to, be interested in you. And just like you're not interested in everybody. So ladies, we got ego work to do. I've been talking about this forever. I need to do a class on the ego because I'm noticing with women, men have fragile egos too, but with women, oh man, I see a lot of egocentric thinking and stories and, if he didn't come up to me, it's his loss. He lost out on a good one. Or, that's on him. He wasn't good enough. We tell ourselves all these stories to try to make ourselves feel better. But why do we feel bad? Like, why would you feel bad about that? So, there's no shooting of shots over here. I'm never gonna condone that. I'm just not. I believe a man should be a healthy leader, and the first way we know that he can lead is by how he pursues us. His pursuit of us is showing us his leadership skills, him planning dates, him calling, him texting, and especially him doing these things when he says he's going to do it. Okay? I dated a man once where, he was so precise. He would be like, well, what time should I call you? And we had to make appointments. He was like, no, I want a specific time that you're going to be available. You're going to be sitting down. You're going to be calm. You're not going to be doing something else. Like, he was on me. And I wasn't mad about it because he knew I was busy. He knew I have my businesses. I have things to do. I have a family. I got a lot of moving parts. And he would just make appointments. He would make appointments with me. And one of our favorite times to talk would be early in the morning. He would say, okay, well, call me early in the morning, or I'll call you early in the morning. And that's what happened. Call me on the ride in, or I'll call you on the ride in. What time will that be? And that's what would happen, like clockwork, because he wanted to be assured, I'm going to have your undivided attention. I'm going to have, you're not going to be doing something else. I'm not interrupting you. You're not in the middle of something. And I really appreciated that. So he made appointments for the phone calls, for the FaceTimes. He would text at random. He planned all the dates, was very precise about them. I really appreciated that, but it let me know that he could lead. I could trust his leadership. It wasn't a thing I had to think about. It was something that he was doing. And as long as I was being receptive, as long as I was reciprocating, as long as I was doing my part as the feminine, it was all good. But that's it, ladies. That's all that's required of you. And if you're doing more than that, or if you're questioning, oh, does he like me? Let me give you the short answer. No. Because if you're asking, does he like me? That means he's not doing anything. He's not showing you anything. He's not actively pursuing you. So the answer is no. I don't like you that much. I like you in a receptive way, which means I like what you can do for me. I like that you're calling me and texting me and cooking for me and cleaning for me and giving me sex. I like that you're, taking me out. You're spending money on me or you're giving me money. Sure, I like that. But does he truly love the feminine essence of you? Just being in your presence makes him feel amazing. Yeah, no. The answer is no. Sorry. I want you to wait for the man that he just wants to be in your presence. He just wants to, plan something for you all to do so he can sit there and talk with you and look at you and watch you laugh and watch you smile. That's your guy. Anything else is a no. It's a no. And ladies, the more you lean in, see, you think the more you do, the more you give, the more you lean in, you think that's winning him over. It is doing the exact opposite of what you think. It is doing absolutely nothing but wearing you down to the ground and just making you feel horrible about yourself. And I don't want that for you. I want you to be in your feminine. I want you to feel good and confident and worthy. You're worth devoting to. You're worth a man actively pursuing. The right man, right? The right man is going to actively pursue. And you will know. And if I've had a lot of men actively pursue, but if they were not right for me, I was able to quickly determine that. And I was able to just let them know, hey, I'm so appreciative of your interest. However, we're not a good fit. We're not a match. I don't have the chemicals necessary to have the same feelings for you. Like, I just very directly tell a man, like, nope, but thank you. I so appreciate it. That's it. That's your only job. You don't have to do anything else. And this whole idea, let me dispel this too. So I had a man once tell me, well, Anita, you're saying that a woman can't pick a man, that she just has to sit back passively. Well, that is one of the tenets of femininity, is passivity. Okay, go ahead. Well, she just has to sit back passively and just take whatever comes to her. So here's my response to that. I want the man who wants me. Now, I will vet the men who want me. Right? I will determine from the men who want me who I may want. That's how that goes. But if I continue to pursue all the men that I want, if I continue to use my eyes, which is a masculine state, if I continue to just see a man and, ooh, he's sexy or he's fine or he got this and that, and I go off and pursue him, I'm going to be on the losing end every single time. I must be in my feminine, especially if that's where I want to land. Unless I want to keep this relationship on my back and I want to keep carrying it into the future, I must lean back. What comes to me, I will sort and sift. And what I see that wants me, that I may want to, that's what I'm going to give my time and interest to. But no, I'm not going to go out there and look with my eyes and just pick all these men and pursue them and try to make them love me. No, I'm going to be on the losing end every time. I'm not doing that. Now, you can position yourself in front of a man that you like, I don't have a problem with that. But again, if that man makes no effort or move towards you, you're done. Because he is showing you he doesn't want you like that. And I have done that. I have positioned myself. I have, found myself coming to the same place or being around the same group of people because there was a man in that group that I may have liked. But guess what? After weeks and days and months, if that man never asked me out, never asked for my number, never asked a friend about me, that's the answer. And guess what I did? Went about my business. I went all the way about my business. I was like, well, that's the answer there. Like, now, I'm turning away. I'm turning towards someone that wants me, and let me determine if I can want him. But this idea of try harder and you should be picking, no, because you're gonna keep being in that state, in that energy. And it eventually will wear you down. It will wear you down. It won't feel good. A feminine is not built for that. She's not built to continue to, try to prove her worth. She's not wired for that. So ladies, please, 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 like I said, you're going to attract all kinds of men. I know I do. And what I do is I sift and I sort. I sift and I sort men and determine, okay, this is a suitable person. This person could be, a good fit. I don't know. This person is, is mildly attractive, or this person is someone I could, that's kind of what I'm doing. And if a person's, just completely not a match, I just tell him that we're not a match. I don't find you attractive. And then we're done. But this idea of you have to, play the role of the masculine. No, you don't. And I don't want you to even start doing that. Okay? So I hope I dispelled a lot of, myths and questions out there, because I get all kind of questions. And it's basically the same question, said a different way. But if you desire to be the feminine, ladies, stay in that lane. You must develop patience in order to be a true feminine energy woman. There was a man interested in me for months at a time. I mean, months went by and he didn't make any move. Now, thankfully, I was none the wiser. I didn't even know he was interested in me. But, I was coming to his place of work and he was seeing me over and over. And little did I know, he was just working up the courage to talk to me. But honest to God, if he had not, it would not have been. Nothing would have happened. Because I'm not going to pursue a man. I'm not going to shoot my shot. I'm not going to fall in a man's DMs. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to position myself. I'm going to flirt. And if he does not, pick that handkerchief up, then there you go. That's my answer. And then I'm going to move along. And I'm not going to feel any way about it. So I hope this episode was helpful. It was much needed because I've been talking to so many people lately about this idea of, I like this guy and I want to try to get his attention or want to try to talk to him, or what can I do to get him interested in me? Nothing. You can, if you're out and around him, if you have mutual friends, if you're going out and about, he's seen you. And if he's doing nothing, that's the answer. So keep it moving. Start giving your attention to men who want you, okay? And sift and sort through those men. But you're going to be on the losing end of that battle. No. Thank you so much for joining me this week on the podcast. If you have a question that you would like to have answered on the podcast, feel free to email it to me at info@betterlovemovement.com. You may pick up a copy of the brand new book, Choose Well, A Simple Formula to Determine the Best Man for You. It is out now on Amazon. Please check it out. If you are interested in coaching sessions, please head over to www.betterlovemovement.com. Please follow me on Instagram, like my page on Facebook, and I thank you all so much for your continued support. And as always, stay open to love. Thank you for listening to today's podcast episode. If you are enjoying this podcast, please leave me a 5-star rating and review. Your ratings and reviews help me to continue to bring you more great content. Head on over to YouTube and check out the Better Love Movement channel. There's more video content there, and you can subscribe to be notified when a new video is posted. If you have a question that you would like to have answered on the podcast or in a YouTube video, please send it to me at info@betterlovemovement.com. You can also connect with me directly on the Magnify app. to have your dating and relationship questions answered. That's Magnifi, and it's available on iOS and Android. You get your first 5 minutes for free. So give me a call and let's chat.